think it's
Okay. Start.
just 1 minute. Uh, it's an issue. Good morning and namaste to everyone. Today I'll be speaking on the law of divine oneness. This is the last law of the 12 universal laws that we've talked about. So yeah, we'll just get into it. So, what is the law of divine oneness? Starting off, we can say from the word itself, it's talking about the divine oneness, which is everything in the universe is connected into this one specific thought. All beings, thoughts, and actions are linked. Whatever actions we do, it affects the whole of the universe in general. No matter what actions we take or we do in this universe, it sends a ripple effect, we can say, sort of, which causes just like how we maybe drop a water into a body, it causes a ripple effect and spreads to the whole of the water body. Same way, whatever actions we do, it affects the whole of the universe in general. So to understand this law, we can actually, yeah, we can actually understand it through this diagram, you can say, of a spider web. Now, uh, in the law of divine oneness, like we just saw, we can connect it to a spider web in a way that in a spider web, every web is interconnected, and when we touch one part of it, it sends vibrations all across it. Same way, we have every single law here that we have learned about. Now, if we just briefly go through each law, we can just maybe just say, okay, law of vibration, everything vibrates at a frequency and similar vibrations. So each thought carries the same action. So, and then law of correspondence, your outer world reflects your inner world. And then law of attraction, you draw in your life what you focus on. Then law of inspired action, manifestation requires actions that aligns with your thoughts and feelings. Law of cause and effect, every action that you do has a cause, has a consequence. Law of compensation, you are rewarded based on the effort and intention you put into the world. Law of relativity, it talks about everything is challenges help us grow by testing our maybe our perspective, you can say. Law of polarity talks about opposites exist in everything. There's joy and sorrow, there's light and darkness, same way. Then law of rhythm talks about the life flows in like these natural cycles, and understanding this helps us move grace through change. Law of gender finally talks about the both masculine and feminine energy, and which exist in all creations. Now, from all these laws, we can understand that there's just one similar thought in this, that each one of them are talking about how each one of them connect to the divine oneness in a similar way how we talk about the self and how we learn in Sati Shankar's class. The law of divine oneness is very similar to the self. Everything we do is related to the self itself. Whatever we do are is for the it's not just we all are part of the self itself. It's not that I or me, it is the self that we are talking about in the whole. So in this same way, this is in this spiderweb analogy, you can see that all of the actions that we do or everything, every law connects to the self in the end. So next slide. How do we connect this to the Bhagavad Gita? Then I've chosen the shlokas, the chapter from chapter 6, shloka 29. Sarvabhutastam atmanam sarvabhutmani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshana. The meaning says, a true yogi observes the self in all beings and also sees every being in the self. Indeed, the self realized person sees this reality, the same Supreme Lord everywhere. Again, in this shloka also, We're talking about how we, a real person, the true yogi actually observes and sees the self in every being rather than uh, different personalities or different objects. We should understand that the self is the omnipresent and all living. That is the supreme lord that we should see. Okay, now in practical application, if we talk about this, I've taken these three yogas that we have learned, the karma yoga, bhakti yoga, and jnana yoga. If you think about it, each of these yogas teach us about the law of divine oneness in a way which okay, it is intrinsically connected. So the karma yoga is talking about how we are all interconnected through action and duty. What When we serve others selflessly, we begin to see no difference between ourselves and those we serve. It is our karma, and every actions becomes a contribution to the whole. It's not like we're doing something for ourselves. It is our duty towards the universe. Bhakti yoga talks about devoting and surrendering to the self. It's not about I or me. It's about loving all creations. It's about we should understand and see the reality that the self is in all beings, and we should love everyone in the same way. uh, and jnana yoga is also talking about how the self is one in all. So it reveals that we should have the knowledge of how the about the law of divine oneness, and how the self is omnipresent, and everything in the universe is the it's related to the supreme Brahman. And by removing that ignorance of the separate individuality, we should have the knowledge using this jnana yoga. In this manner, we should understand that all these three yogas that we learn about are um, how do we practically apply this law of divine oneness. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Rathul. Thank you for the, actually, this particular law has also been a summary of all the things. And you have put it very succinctly. So, let us now join together to discuss. Yeah, okay. So, you can now start.